Okay. So I am actually a shy person when there's so many people, and there's people at the gym. I tried to pick a back treadmill so there's nobody around me at least. But so first, I just want to thank everybody for hopping on tonight and taking time to listen to my new wild adventure. I'm super excited, of course, for a new adventure all the time. But as you all know, I am single income. And yes, I can pick up extra shifts all the time, but I'm excited to be able to earn different income a different way while getting healthy, using healthy products. And I just appreciate all for listening. And that's it for my spiel right now.
Yay. Well, I'm excited to really just be the voice behind everything that Jen's working on as she's multitasking and in the gym, rocking it. I'm getting out of town here soon, so I'm just going to mute out the lines. And I know you guys didn't get an official introduction on my background, but I can assure you that I have some credentials. But my name is Catie Bristow. I live in Boise, so if you guys are local here, I always love making new friends in our local community. My husband and I are actually local business owners. So you've heard of Cross the Fireside. We're the brains behind it. And we love opening up our doors truly to anyone and everyone. My husband, Ben, is there at the top left. That's our baby Colton. You can probably hear him screaming in the background. He's 10 months old and wild, but also just like a bundle of joy. If anyone's met Colton can attest, like he just smiles and laughs. But my husband's story and really connection with his years spent in the Marine Corps is honestly a big reason why we're here today and why we're partnered with Jen in this partnership with a company called QSciences. You've likely never heard of us before because in my mind, we're like the best kept secret. But I heard, and I'm so thankful and so grateful that I heard this information 2 years ago, because the years spent behind that uniform had a lot, like a big toll on my husband. And I'll get to share a little bit about his story of what's really made the biggest impact and the difference for him. But at the same time, so I'm not quite sure, you know, like as far as where you find your health, your own personal health, maybe you have deficiencies too. Maybe you find yourself coming off the heels of 2020 with deficiencies in your finances. I get it. We were a non-essential business for quite some time. You being here though is knowing what Jen's working on. Hands down, that's why you're here. Or if someone snuck you on here and invited you, you being on here is really knowing what they're working on. And so I'm excited to give you guys, honestly, a fast and furious rundown of who we are, because I do care that you know the full story, because it's special, it's different. I've never been a part of this industry before. I've been a traditional business owner pretty much my whole life. I've always been an entrepreneur, but there were just a few key pieces that really wowed me. And the first one being just the background of the company. It's not a startup, which you can all breathe a little bit lighter now because they're not going to be gone tomorrow. We have been around since 2012, but we pivoted and we shifted in 2017. We put a whole new compensation plan in play. We were able to make some changes because majority of what we did prior to those years was sold in doctors' offices, which is wild. We have a medical grade and sold like through PTs, chiropractors, a white coat type program. But thankfully, since we pivoted in 2017, it's allowed us to expand globally into 20 countries and counting. So we're on the move and it's fun. It's really fun being a part of something global. But some of you might call me crazy. Being in Boise to Salt Lake, it's not that far, but I got in my car about 2 weeks after hearing this information. I had to meet these people. I had to meet these owners. I had to know who was steering the ship, because obviously Mark and Jake are incredible businessmen. They wouldn't have a successful growing company, honestly, the third fastest growing in this industry today. But the things that I cared to know most about them is that they are genuine, that they're trustworthy, that they're family men, They keep faith and family first before business, which is like not normal in the business world. And so 2 years now, just growing in friendship and business partnership has been a gift. And to even get time kind of like off the grid in the mountains, in their cabin just last month was just a dream. We love the time we get with our owners. But truly the third person that wowed me when I was taking a look at this information, because if you guys, I'm not sure like if you've ever taken a supplement before, I'm assuming we all have, especially if you're friends with Jen, because she is a fit chick. I personally, being a licensed sports nutritionist, I didn't even quite believe in supplements because I didn't believe in the quality of what most companies carry. So when I saw this man, I was like laser focused, knowing that this was his brainchild. So Dr. K has spent 14 years practicing in medicine as an MD and a naturopath. He also was on the board of WebMD. So do you think this guy knows a thing or two about people and what general population's needs are? And so knowing that this product line is his brainchild, but also a true reason why we are so innovative, because we don't believe in keeping the same old formulations on our shelves. We believe in keeping them cutting edge. And so when I heard that, and then I heard about solutions that I personally hadn't successfully found in a holistic, natural avenue, I was like zoned in, because I heard about mental health, I heard about pain and inflammation, and I heard about sleep. And I'm sure we could all think about people who could use improvement in those areas, but it was personal to me because that was my husband. And so then hearing about solutions around immune support, hormonal balancing, even touching on fitness goals, obviously that's like our jam. I just kept thinking, how many people need this? So yes, we have 50 products and counting. They're all phenomenal. I'm not going to bore you to death with all that information. I just care that you know how wide of a net we carry. We have things for kids. As you can see here, our kids core. It's our micronutrient. And we keep it fun. Actually, that drawing there, Jude Wyatt, I know him. He's my friend's son. He's 5 years old. He's so cute. And that's just the detail of how much our company cares about families and kids. But then we have things for adults. We have things for people who crush it in the gym. We have people who would like things for people who would never set foot in the gym. So we have something for everyone. So I'm going to give you guys a fast rundown of our biggest product verticals. But before I do want to introduce you to Caitlin. I want you to hear a little bit about what's been her favorite product. And also just her experience here with Q. So Caitlin, I'll pass it over to you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, so I'm Caitlin. It's kind of nice to see some familiar faces here, but I actually got started with Q only 6 weeks ago, and I was able to kind of jump up and get some awesome ranks and really get running with this. We were introduced kind of when we were at a pretty low state. I was really struggling with my mental health, and I was taking mood stabilizers. I was on a waiting list to get back into a doctor to get on anxiety meds, and just something, I felt like this was my new life, was just med after med after med, just to kind of keep my cool during the day. And then my husband, my 33-year-old healthy young husband, got hit so incredibly hard with COVID. He was inches away from being hospitalized. So he was really struggling coming back from that. He's what the doctors fully consider a long hauler. So he was struggling with, everything, but the brain fog, the constant chronic pain, the endurance, the lung stamina, just everything. So when we got introduced to this, we kind of hit the ground running. We tried it. About 4 days later, I was like, I feel this. I've tried different supplements. I've tried oils. I've tried stuff and never felt a single thing. And we both looked at each other like, we need this. This is something that we want to use indefinitely. So I contacted Catie. I'm like, hey, get me going. I want to keep using this. I see a change. I see a future. And then once we really dove in and saw the compensation plan, this wheel started turning of the future that our family could have. Thinking stuff for my kids. I've got 2 young girls, and the activities, the vacations, the future, and the college that we can start saving for even now just became a reality. I always watch people on the other end soaring through like finding their passions and making this extra income. And I finally felt like this is a possibility for me. So I really jumped in, and it's just a really cool team that I've never heard of. Like, these people aren't just, hey, let me tell you some details and send you on your way and you figure out the rest. It's, I mean, I get a question from someone, you don't have to know the answer. So Catie gets messages from me day in and day out asking every little detail, because you don't have to be the expert in these. Like, Jen is just hit the ground and she wants to know more, which is so fun to see, because we all could benefit from so many of these. So you definitely have a whole upline of people at your back and at your disposal to really link arms with.
I love it.
So,
I love it. And you're proving our systems, my friend.
yes.
When she's ranked up a few times, she made like $1,100 last month. So just a small chunk of change. It's so fun.
Yeah.
But to give you guys the fast rundown, I know Caitlin mentioned a few of these products, like these sublingual sprays. And if you work in the medical field, like Jen, like Caitlin, you already know, like this is hands down like the best way to get your micronutrients outside of an IV or an injection. So the fact that we have a D3, a B12, and a C+, all key vitamins and minerals we need and are deficient in, through a spray is like amazing. And then we have big ticket need blends like sleep. And the fact that that gets my husband to sleep, and he combos it with the rest oil to stay asleep, and he's sleeping more than 2 hours a night and 8 hours consistently, even with a newborn, which now he's not technically a newborn, but I mean, truly, we've been sleeping, and Ben's been sleeping for the last 2 years, is a gift. So we love our sublingual sprays. The core, though, is hands down my favorite product. It's a staple in our household, but it's also addressing 3 major needs that every person has. It's addressing your micronutrition, which we call our brain hack supplement, that max. And when you take it and you feel a difference, which, mind you, I didn't believe in multivitamins more than 2 years ago, but when you take it and you feel a difference around your mood, your behavior, your focus, that's when you know it's absorbing. That's when you know it's working. And that's what's worked for Ben. He's noticed a major difference in his focus. For me, it's just this overwhelming sense of well-being. And 2 people who've struggled with mental health for years. So we are just so grateful to have a solution in that end. But that second is our hands down our favorite, especially with a husband who's in chronic pain just from his years of war. He's got triple disc herniation, 2 compressed discs, and pending back surgery 2 years ago. I mean, constant flare-ups. Except he got on the Align and he finally started feeling good, that we just said, how long can you feel good for? And what's wild is we canceled back surgery. He has not had a flare up since. And it's because it's a natural ibuprofen. So maybe you are on the Ben's end of the spectrum, my husband, but maybe you're on the small end, like aches and pains, workout recovery. We got you covered with the Align. And then biotics, like we all need to address our gut health. And when you have one that works and you can feel a difference and it's consistent, is why we love our QBiotic Total. So easy system, AM, PM packets, like keep your AM at your coffee maker, keep your PM at your nightstand. Never forget to take your supplements, which is honestly why I love this. It's easy. So the core is one thing, but I know we have wants and needs, and oftentimes it's in that fitness category. But when you come in as an expert in this field, you come in with a very high bar. And I say that humbly just because we are very good at what we do. It's, you don't just grow a gym to be the largest in the state by accident. But when you come in and you have, the standard that we have, and then you put your stamp of approval on it, because we are so impressed and so just wowed by what Q's created on the fitness front, is the reason why we've become passionate about it. And so to have an app that's giving you the lifestyle, because that's where major change happens, and that's giving you recipes, workouts, meal plans, even community, and those trainers that you see there, Stacy and Kimball, is the reason why the lifestyle is effective and changes are made. But then you have quality supplement options, quality protein sources, which if you've ever dug in and like found out those dirty secrets around protein powders, you'd probably go, ugh, like so gross, because most protein powders on the market aren't that good. They're cheap. They cut out the good stuff to keep the margins on the big box shelves. So when you have a quality vegan and whey that not only tastes fantastic, but feels good when you take it, is why I take our protein powders every day. quality energy options, not just like loaded with chemicals and whatever. That is actually chia seed and vitamin B12 and other B complexes. Love the sport, long-lasting energy, no crashes. We have solutions to ramp up metabolism, even help with digesting carbs, and even on the health standpoint, we're helping to regulate blood sugar. But that last little tube next to the spray falls into this last major mega category, which is our full spectrum hemp. Now, if you have been under a rock for the last 2 years, you've probably not heard the word CBD. And that's okay. Just know that there's nothing, it's not marijuana. There's nothing addictive about it. There's nothing psychoactive about it. You're not going to get high taking it. And honestly, one of the reasons why we love our Q product is it's transparent. There's QR codes on every single label where you scan it and know every microgram that's in every bottle. So that's why I trust ours. But when you do have hemp, as far as a full spectrum hemp versus the CBD, you just have the whole plant and you have all the pieces and parts to make it effective. Now, I told you a little bit about my husband, Ben. He is a Marine after all. And he will be on a mission to prove you wrong. And so when he saw that the Fuse was boasting 100% absorption, instant onset, which really meant less equals more, he was like, no way, more equals more. That's like the only thing that makes sense. But he took it, he slept deeper, he recovered faster, and woke up and was like, sold. Like, there's never another product I want to take, especially one that's now getting me better sleep and really helping me around just his own mental health and his own sleep struggles post-war. So we love the Fuse. Truly the first that I've taken that's helped with stress and anxiousness, but it's going to work totally different for you because it's an adaptogen. It's going to go to your needs specifically. And that's honestly why it's kind of shaking and shaping up how people are choosing to do medicine and in a more holistic, natural route. So to have the oil, that's amazing and tastes fantastic too, mind you. And then creams that are going to be topical pain relief, surface level, muscular related, skin related, and then having a solution that's innovative, like a granulated water enhancer that also tastes delicious, but it's going to give you the benefits of CBD, the microdoses, kind of like the benefits that way. And that's kind of like how, I mean, that innovation that our company stands on and sits on and is constantly improving. So knowing that hemp is a massive market that's growing, seeing all the other verticals that we get to play in as a company here with Q, of course my business hat was on, it's always on. That's just how I roll. But then to really start thinking about how is a good brand growing in this day and age? Hands down, it's through the referral from one person to another. It's really being grown through people. We see it through sponsorships. We see it through influencers on social media. And yes, we see it through this industry. And it's honestly, even in our traditional businesses, how we've grown CrossFit Fireside to the size that it is today off of the referral from one person to another. So diving in and having you guys understand the back end, I really care about, because I didn't even understand this when I was looking at this as a traditional business owner, because I couldn't wrap my head around a $40 business investment, like truly a business investment that was going to pay me like a business. And in a business that's now opening up storefront on e-commerce. I mean, this is a massive mega industry growing right now. Even we see it in like the retail space. So much shifted and changed last year going through 2020. I personally love shopping online, convenient. So now being in the e-commerce space here with Q is just awesome, because we get, for that $40, also getting resources, back office, marketing material, but also mentorship. I honestly told my husband, I was like, okay, $40, all these resources, like truly, what kind of business can you build for $40? And then guys, I actually saw this. I saw the customer piece. I am a firm believer that you can build a long-lasting, long-standing business off of happy, loyal customers. And seeing that Q had a very strong customer route, customer program, where people, our customers, get to shop at wholesale prices for $10 a year. They also get to access rewards, where they basically get free product for things that they're buying and using regularly. And it's kind of like a gift card that they cash in for. and they're getting great results because everything's a money back guarantee. I was like, this makes sense. So I dove in. I explored it. I figured out how this all works. And I do care that you understand and get to see these 4 ways because it's simple. It's straightforward. But the reason why we were able to start earning these 4 ways, just like Caitlin just talked about, it's the mentorship and it's the systems. Because if it wasn't for that, I would have not known even the first step to take. But then in the last 2 years, that same mentorship and systems is truly the reason why we've been able to help hundreds, if not thousands of people now be able to earn these 4 ways as well. So I'm going to give you guys the fast rundown of the potential because it's powerful when you do get to see it and understand it. And I see someone's Picasso on our Zoom tonight. So yeah, hopefully you can see through those like small little squiggly lines and hopefully more don't appear. But the first way is going to be through customers who are shopping directly from you. And when I say shopping directly, they're shopping through your website. And just like Amazon, it's hitting our distribution center and hitting their doorstep. I'm not running to the post office, fulfilling orders, holding inventory. It's simple. I'm like hanging out with Colton on the couch, but as someone shops, I'm going to get paid. So we do make a growing percentage as your customer base grows. And truly why we have people, when you have such a wide net of who this is for, it's why we have people earning a few $100 a month to thousands just from customers. So this is just box 1. Box 2, once I actually understood it, because like I said, I had a lot of questions, this blew my mind. So box 2 is what we call team commissions. I didn't even understand what that word meant. I just liked the idea that after spending 5 years working for myself, I like the idea of working with people, truly. That's what kind of drew me in. I've played team sports my whole life. So they just said, Kate, tag 2 people that you like people you want to do business with. I said, great. I'm going to tag my mom, my best friend. They're business minded. They care about their health. And of course, they want to go into business with me, of course. And so then when their stores collectively reached 300, you can see that number right there. It reached 300. And then the wildest thing happened. They were making their own customer commissions. They were pumped. And then I made $50. I made a small percentage. And I made a $100 bonus the first time we did that. And I thought to myself, I don't even know half their customers. Holy cow, is this going to grow? We have consumable products. We have things that people actually need, and they work. People are getting results and wanting to share about them with other people. I knew that this book of business would grow. That's that first blue column. And if you draw a line across that second blue column, that's going to be your monthly pay. And that's not an average. That is a set pay, which again, I didn't know this industry. So if you do, averages are normal, set pay is not. And that first column, to be truly paid off of an entire book of business, no levels, no generations, no, like literally every single dollar through your team counts. That blows people's minds still to this day. And it's actually a huge reason why people are sprinting at this opportunity. And so the set pay allows me to help create clear business plans for people, and why we've helped hundreds of people be able to make a few $100 a month. But when that grows to a couple thousand, I know that's exciting and I know that's impactful. Actually, someone who you get to hear from in just a second, she's one of those people, been with me, been working with us for 10 weeks. Only 10 weeks, and she's already promoted 5 times that bronze position. So she's making $1,700 a month base on top of her customer commissions, bonuses. So when that grows to a couple thousand, I know it's exciting. But then it takes up and it grows to that 50, that 60, that 100,000 a year. I know it's possible because when you're part of a ground floor company that's sitting at about 80,000 active worldwide, the opportunity is available for anyone who wants to grab a hold of it. Not only have we created that, but we've helped others do the same thing. Even the income that we would consider almost gangster. Like, who really makes $25,000 a month? One of our team members, Alyssa, does. But what about like 100,000? Like, are people really earning that? Yes, my friend Marielle is. So guys, anything is possible here. And that's just the team side. The bonus structure is crazy because that's all paid out one time as your business grows. And those first 3 are actually weekly checks. So I love that we can get the newest person paid right away. But that's actually the tone of how our compensation plan is going to be shifting in the future into a weekly pay structure. So not only waiting till the end of the month, but being paid every single Friday, up to 5 commission runs a month. That's going to be insane. And some of our team overseas in Europe is already experiencing that, which is amazing. Now, box 4 is going to be our bonus structure, or not a bonus structure. It is a bonus structure, but it's $100 to $400 paid monthly to a debt of choice or a long-term savings. So imagine it going to your mortgage, your car payment, your student loan, a medical bill, anything debt related. And if you don't have debt, like, heck yeah, that goes towards a long-term savings and it pays you for your future. Like, this is my favorite box because it's the culture of our company. We care to get people in a better spot financially after joining Q than before. Now, before I close this down, because I promised you I'd keep it short and sweet, I do want to introduce you guys to my friend Bree. Like I said, she's only been with Q for about 10 weeks. She's never done this before either. She's a hairdresser by trade, business owner as well. But Bree, I'd love for you to share a little bit about your story here with Q and just what it's done for your family.
Hey guys, my name is Bree, and like Catie said, I have done hair for almost 11 years this summer, and so own my own business, and I have been with Q actually for 12 weeks. I just counted. Like, time flies when you're having fun, apparently. Feels like yesterday when I signed up, and I came into this business like, wasn't for me. I'm not into this. I'm not going to be good at this. Even though I deal with people for a living, I'm not really a people person. But I have so enjoyed learning and having amazing mentors to teach me how to do this business right. It's doable for anybody. And my success is because I've had an awesome mentor. Catie has been phenomenal, and an amazing team to just have fun with. It's like we're not even working. My favorite part of this whole thing, though, besides, making a little extra cash, and by little, I mean a lot, is my son has greatly benefited from taking the kids core, or the QMax if you're an adult and you take that. It's the brain supplement. You really struggle with reading, and in little under 2 months, he's jumped 7 reading levels. He actually just got an academic award for reading, which like blows my mind. And he's just doing stellar, and watching him grow and just be a happier kid because of a micronutrient is really rewarding as a mother. So Q's definitely changed my life, changed how I think about money and how I save, and then changed my little man's life in his everyday school life. So it's been a huge blessing to my family.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That story never gets old. 12 weeks, I better make note of that. You do. Time flies when you are having fun. But congrats, Bree. So excited for what you're creating here for your family. Now, this last piece, that kind of box 4, we call it financial freedom movement. It's actually not even a bonus structure to the core. It's a free financial coach the day you enroll, which, mind you, I thought anything free, like, run. Like, it can't, like, there's always a catch. But when we saw this, we were actively looking, like very actively looking for someone to help us with retirement, walking away from Marine Corps retirement, starting a business. We didn't have a whole lot. And so to be connected with Sarah, our coach, she's changed everything for us. We have a clear plan in place that we're excited about, but confident in. But she's helped my parents do the same thing, which honestly is the biggest gift you could ever give our family. She's helping my friends find debt freedom, credit related, tax related, literally anything, navigating big buying decisions, investment properties, like, you name it, it's all part of this. And I wish she would let me pay her some money. Take my money, Sarah. But no, she's changed a lot on the financial game for us. And so, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Jen, getting your eyes exactly on what she's working on. I'm seeing the big picture because it's crazy, it's exciting, it's fun. But I like to say from here, get back to Jen, let her know what caught your eye, let her know what you like, because you very well may be like me, thinking of someone who needs to hear this information. And what's awesome is we're actually going to be sharing the same Q story tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. same line. And you can invite anyone and everyone to be able to just hear what Q is doing and how it could benefit them. But you may even be like me and your gears are turning a little bit around the product side. And honestly, I was excited to try the stuff because I knew there was a money back guarantee. And that's the same confidence we extend to you. There's no risk in trying, everything to gain, nothing to lose. But maybe your gears are also turning around the opportunity. You understand that multiple streams of income is smart. You understand that 2020 maybe exposed that to all of us. And like I mentioned earlier, it's truly the reason why we were able to navigate last year with the least amount of fear as possible, despite closures and losing a quarter of revenue in our traditional business. Like, yikes. And I say this, lightly, because I know this isn't everyone's story and everyone's case, but Q was a major reason why we got out of 2020 nearly unscathed, even with those losses. And so with that, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. It's valuable, and I know it's Tuesday night. So we're going to close this down. Thank you, Jen, for having us on here. I'm very excited, and you guys are hands down the first to actually hear about this from Jen. So she thought of you first. She values you, your time, your opinion. But I know she's at the gym. Oh, she's out of the gym. She's driving. So I'll close this down. And I'll just, extend this message from Jen to you guys. Thank you for your time, but definitely get back to her. Let her know what caught your eye. And that's where the conversation gets to go. So enjoy your night, everybody, and have a great week.